How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Petty, and I appreciate you stopping by today. And we're here today to take a look at a brand new gacha that just got confirmed for coming out September 8th. So we have literally just over a week before this one launches, and it's one you've probably heard about before. That's right, we're talking about possibly this year's most confusing gacha, World Flipper. Now, so for those of you that have no idea what this is, we're going to take a little bit of a look at some gameplay footage, talk about it a little bit, and kind of give our opinions on whether or not we think this is going to be the next big gacha. One of the things that might be drawing your eye already in this lovely little graphic of their logo next to us is it's got little pinball flippers. And if you're wondering, oh God, are we getting a pinball game in 2021? Yes. Yes. I don't know if this is going to be a good or bad thing. I find it a little funny, like it's a bit of a meme that they're reaching so hard in the gacha genre now that we're like, I don't know, put checkers in there. I could throw pinball at them. I don't know. I'm sorry, Alchemy Stars. I love you. You're a beautiful game. Your boy just has to do a little bit of teasing. So let's go ahead and take a look at their website, and then we'll get into some footage. Right off the bat, if we start looking at, all the different character designs, we have a literal dragon up in the corner. I'm kind of here for that. I'm not going to lie. We've got an epic pinball adventure ahead of us. Now, a couple of things to touch on real quick is that there are going to be pre-registration rewards, so I do highly recommend, if you intend on checking this one out, to go ahead and either pre-register through the App Store or go to their official website and go ahead and get signed up there so that you make sure you get your free goodies, because we pour in this house. We love that free stuff, you know what I mean? Free 99 is all I need to hear, and I'm showing up, all right? One of the rewards that you will be able to get for pre-registering is going to be a 4-star Arissa who has, a bow, a sword, okay, that's hiding right over here. We got a sword, and apparently a quill that is like 3 times the size of our sword. I'm sure you need a lot of arrows, but that is the biggest quill I have ever seen in my life. So we just got to meme that a little bit, just a little baby bit. Not only are you going to get the 4-star Arissa award that we just mentioned, but there is also a chance off of a reward that they give that you will get between a 4 and 5-star unit ticket draw, essentially, which is pretty cool. And I don't see it listed here on the page, but on other advertisements I've seen for their global launch that was just announced is also, I want to say, like 2,500 of whatever premium currency that they're going to have. I do not know how many 10 pulls that's going to be, if that's going to be 1 10 pull, 2 10 pulls. That's probably the best that we could probably hope for. So I'm going to go ahead and just set my expectations low and assume that that is potentially going to be enough for 1 10 pull, and then just be happily surprised if it is for more than that. On their site, they also have more character breakdowns where you can kind of select each one, get some information on them. That's cool. I'm there for the lore if the game is really good and its world building is amazing. I more just want to look at this and kind of get a feel of what to kind of expect from some of these characters, get an idea for the art feel overall. And from just a, art standpoint alone, these are really good character models. I really like the art design that they're going with here. All of these characters look very well defined within their own space. And I'm not seeing anything here that is sending up any red flags of them either copying and pasting from other IPs, or if they're trying to over-sexualize characters to just try and get you to horny press the button into summoning more units. I like this. This is a very, mild approach. These are cute-looking characters. I like that. That gives me a little bit of hope. I do have a few concerns. As some of you may know or may not know, this game was released in Japan last year at some point. I don't think it's been out for a full year over there, but don't quote your boy 100% on that. But it's been around for a while, and it has had notoriously stingy rates in Japan. Now, that's not very uncommon for Japanese games. They tend to be tuned to be a lot grindier with a lot less reward, and for whatever reason they just love that over there. Give them a brutal game that is barely getting anything back and they're just like, yeah, no, bring it all in. So besides them being an entire country of masochists apparently when it comes to gaming, there was changes at the 6-month anniversary that made the game a little bit easier. There is no confirmation if we're going to see any of the quality of life changes added to global launch, or if they're potentially going to sit on them until the 6-month anniversary and then implement those changes. This is something we have seen from a lot of games that have come from overseas, especially if they've been out for a decent amount of time over there. And it kind of infuriates me when they know there's quality of life changes that they need to make that they have already figured out elsewhere and then refuse to implement those. I don't know if it's just from the standpoint of, hey, let's go ahead and just grab as much money early on as we can, and then we'll tune things back so that the people that are dedicated to playing will be more likely to stay and play for longer. But honestly, it's always a bit of a red flag when a game knows it has issues, relaunches somewhere else in a different region with those same issues, and then fix those issues later on and be like, oh, we're doing this for you guys. Like, no, you had that answer the entire time. So before I get too angry and start ranting on that really hard, we need to wait and see what happens. If the game launches and it already has some of those quality of life things implemented, then great. We have no reasons to be concerned. But I want to stress to you guys that this is something you should always pay attention to when games are coming over from a different region. What stuff are they changing? Are they implementing quality of life things that they've already figured out on their main game? Or that's something you want to pay attention to. I saw this a lot with Dragon Raja, where there was a lot of class balances that were done after the CN version of the game had added 2 new classes, and they just never did that on global, or at least didn't do it on global by the time that I stopped covering the game, which was, I think, maybe a month before they dropped their 2nd class in the game. So they might have come back around and done those class changes to kind of bring all the original classes up to the new ones. But it's something that there's a history of that within the industry. So I want you guys to be very aware that that is something that can and does happen, and that as a consumer, you really want to pay attention and make sure that either a game is doing this, or if they're not doing it, then heavily question whether or not the gameplay mechanics and the game loop itself is rewarding enough for you to still play and give them money when you know they're kind of playing you. So just so you aware, just want to make sure everybody's on the same page on that one, because, you know, that's fair in my opinion. That information's out there. We should definitely be taking advantage of that and holding these companies accountable. All right, and we're using footage that was from the JP release actually a year ago, because that's how long ago this video is dated that we're taking a look at. And we're going to start off nice and easy and then progress into kind of the earlier levels. So the video that we're using is one that is the first hour and a half of gameplay. If you guys want to go check this out for yourselves, you are more than welcome to. Literally just type World Flipper gameplay into YouTube, and this is one of the first videos that pops up. Now, things start off pretty normally for a pinball game, I would say. We'll go ahead and just check this out here. So we've got some interesting stuff around the map that it looks like we're either collecting and getting some rewards from, or they're just units that we're supposed to be beating up, and apparently grass is going to make us stronger. That's cool. This is interesting use of the space. I like everything so far. It does look like, what's a nice way to say this? It looks like the graphics-wise are on par with like a Game Boy Advanced game from 15 years ago. So I think this is an intentional choice. I think they want people to kind of relate it to old pinball games that people might have played a lot. I know I played the Pokemon pinball game an insane amount. I absolutely love that game. It was one of my favorites when I was younger. So I'm not really drawn back from the fact that the graphics kind of look so dated, but there's some interesting mechanics that we can see already. Let's see if we can find a bit of a crazier fight with more things going on and really see what kind of the depth of gameplay we're going to be seeing with this game. Okay, and we have our first boss battle. Let's go ahead and see how this one runs back. Alright, got our nice little team of the guys here. Okay, looks like someone's using some kind of skill when they're up around there, maybe? You can have 3 players on your team, and so they're going to have 3 skills, not independently. Each one is only going to have 1 skill. But I mean, let's just watch, see what happens. They're definitely taking a decent amount of damage from the ads, so it definitely looks like you have to kind of prioritize knocking them out before you can really focus on the boss, which I like. And the boss will continually spawn ads, apparently. That is pretty metal. I see my characters dying a lot in this game. Oh, I'm gonna be bullied. I'm gonna get so bullied. Oh, I think that's a skill we just saw. I have no idea what's happening. But, okay, they're getting healed, so one of the team members is definitely a healer. Not sure what else happened there, but I at least know that green numbers usually mean we're getting heals. That's hype. Okay, it looks like directional things are around, and if you hit those, it's sending you in towards the boss. Nice. Okay, okay. Alright. Honestly, not too bad. That looks pretty interesting. Again, it's a little bit difficult for me to get over the kind of graphics. Like, my mind is still just like, oh, you found a game from 15 years ago that you want to play? That's so cute. Good for you, honey. But I don't know. I really want to try this one out. But as much as I've seen it hyped up from the internet over the last month and people getting excited for its global launch, I'm a little disappointed to find out that it's kind of just a pinball game with some weird mechanics thrown onto it. Now, maybe that's going to be absolutely awesome, but I have an issue with, I think autoplay for this might turn a lot of people off and get kind of boring and not very satisfying. I don't know how much people enjoy watching someone else play pinball. Anytime I was ever in an arcade, I was either on the shooty games or, you know, Mortal Kombat or something like that. Or the old X-Men's or, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade games. Those ones are always going to be OGs. But I don't know. It can... I've got some doubts that this one is going to have the impact that that it's been hyped up to on Reddit, on Twitter. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we get to see in like literally just 8 days. So it's right around the corner. If you think this one is going to be up your alley, go ahead and do the pre-registration stuff now so that you can make sure you get all those goodie rewards. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of see how the game goes. I personally don't think that this is going to, you know, be a huge game that, you know, disrupts the genre. I think Alchemy Stars had the best chance of doing that, and I think that its gameplay and the way that it structures its character designs is a lot more unique and gives to, I think, more engaging gameplay over a long period of time than I think this will have specifically. But I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be the best pinball game ever made, and we're all about to have a addiction that we had no idea was coming. Who knows? Who knows? But I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Let me know if there's any other gachas that are on the horizon that you're super excited for. There's another one that I need to take a look at. It's like something witch, reserved witch, saved witch, something along those lines. But if you have any others or you would like to comment on this, I would love to hear from you. But alright guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate them faces. You're gonna have to catch your boy in the next one, cause we out of here. Deuces.